which I yelled at him for, because, like, his support is bad.
Well, then why are you playing with him?
I didn't know he queued for support.
Oh.
I thought he queued for tank, so I yelled at him. Although he did tell me that you told him his brig was better than mine.
Who?
So thanks.
Name?
Yes.
When the fuck did I ever say that?
I don't know. You said it, though. Anyway. Our tank, we were just getting shit on by a soldier and a widow, so we were like, hey, I think Naeem just said, like, can we get a frontline tank? And this guy was on ball, and he was like, yeah, that's why I went ball. And we were like, what? Ball isn't a frontline. And then he just started, like, arguing with us about how ball is a frontline tank.
Okay.
And Naeem was like,
difference.
Bro, I'm a 4K. Yeah. He was like, bro, I'm a 4K ball. And he was like, yeah, well, my coach is GM. It was like, bro, this guy was 3.1 peak, by the way. But yeah, we just continued to get shit on by a widow and a soldier because we didn't have a fucking Sigma.
Okay, are you saying
anything.
a frontline tank or a main tank?
A frontline. He said a frontline tank.
Okay, that's different.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he
ball is
was
a main
like
tank, just...
Yeah, no, Naeem was like, I mean, you could call him a main tank, but he's not a frontline tank. And
yeah.
This guy was just like, no, he's both. I was like, we were just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's like calling Hog a frontline tank.
And then our other tank was not in voice chat, but he was Zarya, and we were like, yeah, we shouldn't be fucking running this. And he was like, what are you talking about? Zarya Ball is like the best tank duo in the game right now. What are you on?
Close.
Dude, like, why
not quite, but close.
am I in this fucking like game?
I sent you the stream, by the way.
I can't fucking say. I can't say anything because like they're just gonna be like, yeah, well, you're in Diamond too, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel like a person with a 3.9 peak versus a 3.1 peak are pretty different players.
To a degree.
But you know, we're both in Diamond, so.
Sure.
I'm just as fucking bad as he is, I guess.
Let me know when you're in the stream and then we'll start.
Yeah, I got it.
Ready for battle.
No, stop. Don't play with that.
Huh.
Yeah.
There we go.
Choose on
one. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Okay, so to start, with who you're keeping your Harmony on, you always want to keep it on the person who you know is going to be taking the most damage. At the moment, that's Naeem and not your Bastion. Yes, I understand you're trying to pocket the Bastion, but that's not how you do it. At least that's not your job, necessarily.
Pretty sure I put it on him.
Yeah, in a second. I mean, you're already locked onto him. Yeah, okay, you do. But that's just in general a rule, just not just in that situation, but in case you do it further on. I mean, also personally, I just don't like where we're set up right now, but that's just me. Specifically because of that reason.
Fast.
Yeah, you were peeking that Ashe way too long. Yeah, this is just a wipe here. You're not getting out either.
Oh yeah, I got stuck.
Okay, stop charging up these shots like that. Like, if you're gonna jiggle peek a lot, then yeah, that's fine. But at least okay. So like against a Widow, doing what you did, where you're charging shots and then you're jiggle peeking it, that's fine. But if you're just kind of how it seemed is you were just doing that for like 2 orbs and then shooting back out. 2 orbs, shooting back out. If you're gonna do that, charge up more than 2 orbs. And otherwise, at least if you're jiggle peeking, but otherwise just primary fire and jiggle peek instead of doing that. Does that make sense? If it doesn't make sense, please say something.
I said yeah.
Okay, didn't hear you. Sorry. Dude, I've had like multiple Bastions in my game tonight. I don't know what the fuck it is with people playing Bastion. So since they have Orion, for the most part, you're gonna want to keep Discord on the Rhine, even with or without a Lucio. If he doesn't have a Lucio, it's even more important, just because he will not be able to do anything at all. With a Lucio, he can still negate it to a degree, but it makes his life harder, at least, but not as much as if he doesn't have a Lucio, because if he's discorded, he can't swing at all, because if he does, he's just going to get melted, especially since you have a Bastion. So just rule of thumb, just keep it on the Rhine. Again, these are probably obvious things that you already understand, but just want to reiterate. I'd also try to keep Orb on name as much as possible. Because if your BAP is just going to pocket the fuck out of the Bastion, you don't even need to be worrying about him. It's just more name on ball. Okay, I'm fine with positioning right now. Once they start pushing through, you're going to want to rotate back to that where the Bastion is, at least where I think the Bastion is. Good Discord. Nice. Nice, good orb. Good. I would have either canceled or either canceled my volley when the aim was low like that, so I can throw orb out on him. He might not have lived either way, but still, on the off chance that he does. During this off time, keep charging those volleys, because 1 out of 10 times, even in like an off fight like this, if 1 out of 10 times you're going to get a pick or at least get some damage out, because somebody's going to peek that, even in a mid fight like this. So either staggers are already there just looking to poke, and I mean, if you get a kill right there, that pushes the fight back another 30-45 seconds, you know. So during this off time, just do the charge, and either you can cancel right before it to just start on another charge, or just let it loose. Either way. I don't know if you know this specifically for this map, but I get that this is like diamond, but either way, where you are right now is not a good spot. Where you want to be is in this back left corridor, where on the right side of the Orisa, because you have line of sight on their enemy team, so you're constantly pounding into them, and where you were poking them, where you were jiggle peeking that. I don't know if you know this, but if a Lucio speed boost, Orion can make that jump. And if that happens, you're fucked. Yes. Yeah, so just generally where the Bastion is sitting, you want to sit over there a little bit more to the right, though. Good lamp. Yeah, I probably would have tranced that before when the Dragon came out, because the Bastion and the BAP were low.
I don't think I would have.
To the Bastion, at least, you probably would have, but not to the BAP. BAP was most likely fucked, and he had a good lamp anyway, so. Either way, you want to be in that back right corridor, just because left is... I love that rock. Because where you are is just... It puts you in more risk than you need to be, and when you're on Zen with out of pocket, or without a lot of survivability, your positioning is the most important thing, because without your Discord, then, you know, things won't die as easy. In this comp, just keep the Discord on either the Mercy or the Pharah. Most likely the Mercy, just because obviously easier to take care of. Yeah. God, y'all are toxic with this Bastion bullshit. Yeah, again, I just don't like where you're... Good volley. Yeah, camp the res. Yeah, I just don't like where you're sitting right now just because you don't have LOS and like let's say you did jiggle peek that and the hog was waiting for you, he gets an instant hook, you're dead. Compared to farther back where you can just freely poke at them, they only have a sig shield, you're gonna burn through that in 3 seconds by yourself alone. You already have a bastion with you, so that shield's already gonna be melted. You're just gonna have longer LOS. Zen is, even though he's projectile, he has some of the longest distance for some of the supports, which do meaningful damage. So, yes, even though you're not going to get a good Discord off from that far away, at least I'm not sure you can. You can at least still pump out a lot of damage from back there. Oh, I was about to say, please tell me you kill him. Okay. Bad trance, but
Yeah.
I understand why at least. Yeah, unlucky. So you swap over, I hope, something else. Lucio probably. Yep. Okay, you want to try to get a little bit more air, yeah, like where you are now, to get over that hump, so that you can be able to stall it easier. Like, just don't go through that main choke, because that's where people are going to watch their more than they're going to watch the upper half. Small detail, but.
Ready. 1. Ready. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Yeah, you didn't have orb on Orisa. Whew.
Yeah, sometimes I think I'm pretty sure I
Aim a little higher, your aim was a little, I mean, I'm honestly just nitpicking here. Yeah, make sure you don't get hooked. Okay, when that hog was that close, your target was, at least your priority looked like it was on the Rhine. It should have been on the hog, and if you were able to, you know, you came around the corner a little bit more, you probably would have killed him with the volley. Okay, I think you can push, yeah, I was about to say, you can be pushing up a little bit more here. I probably would have rotated left and going on the high ground at this point. Yeah, still, I would be rotating the high ground. You don't need to be sitting here. You're not, you have limited vision when you're right where you are compared to top left, which is arguably Zen's best power position. No, bad trance. God awful fucking trance.
I remember like when as soon as I did it, because what was it? Name and Sunless were there. Yeah, I was just like, oh shit, that was horrible.
Oh, is Sunless playing Kree?
Said it. Whichever. Yeah.
Temp, yeah. Okay.
That's it. Yeah, I
No, he definitely did not. Especially since they almost have whole hog and Bob and Matrix. Which you might have been able to save. Well, probably not, but yeah. Well, you got 2 of those ults out. Holy fuck, that Bob got melted. Yeah, just, you're looking to get out. Yeah, you're not getting out.
I think I did. Oh wait, no I didn't.
The outcome is not preordained.
You're giving them a lot more respect than you do on Mercy, that's for sure. Okay, you're kind of just shooting in a straight line. Make sure you're ADing.
Well, I feel like Zen is easier to hit.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah. But get hooked from there hard. That was the right position to get the high ground, but you just kind of peeked the ledge too much.
Is not preordained.
Yeah.
Like I said, the best thing you could do on Zen is just stay alive, because you're at least feeding Harmony out and you're feeding Discord out. So.
Gather at this position.
Helden sterben nicht. Team up for special attack. Sie didn't expect
I'm on fire.
Score 2-2. Switching sides.
Did you play any Zen tonight?
Initiating match.
Yeah, I pretty much only played Zen.
Okay, we might look at some of that after this, just because this VOD honestly isn't the best.
Ready for battle.
Said this VOD just honestly isn't the best.
Ready for battle.
Why?
Just in terms of coaching, because like I mean, besides me telling you those were every chance you've had has been awful. It just I don't know, they're just blatant mistakes, and I'd rather look at something else that maybe isn't blatant mistakes, you know, or not blatant mistakes, but like is a more consistent play than this. Maybe this was just an off game or something like that. I want to see if it adds up, because if it does, then that's something that I say, hey, you definitely need to work on this. Like, instead of just, yeah, your positioning was bad here, your trance was definitely bad throughout this. Discord and Harmony, I think you got fine. And then switching between primary and secondary fire is just, it needs a little bit of work, but that's the least of my worries. It's more trance and positioning that is the big thing with your Zen.
1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Again, you could be charging up a volley here before they even get the choke. You're just trying to min-max your time as much as possible. Good. Make sure you're poking down through those long, narrow sight lines, because you get something like that. Good volley. Yeah, I would have kept poking there. That was fine. Yep, everything you're doing here is fine. If anything, I'd tell you to get high ground, especially if your BAP is back. Yeah, oh, yeah, because that, I was about to say, the reason I wanted you to get high ground was because of that simple reason, that you're about to die because they're diving you.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
No. And again, once they start pushing you, start rotating back and around the corner, instead of staying in here by Mega. Oh, good deny on the res. Man, y'all are fucking toxic with this Bastion bullshit. And that's another thing. With a character like Bastion, there's very little that you can do. Just you're just gonna throw Discord on someone and he's gonna melt it. Compared to something like with a Mercy Zen or a Brig Zen, or you know, something where you're gonna need to constantly be more active than what you are. Because right now you're just sending volleys down the line and hoping they hit, you know.
The greatest enemy.
Okay, I would be charging orbs here in case somebody peeks, like where the hog is now. Oh, that's GG's. Good volley. Unlucky. You kind of peeked that too long.
Yeah, I thought the shield was.
Adversity is an opportunity for change.
Get ready for a shot.
And they're fucked. Make sure you're spamming Discord when you send a volley out like that at like a stationary target, or anyone honestly, that you're spamming Discord to, like, if anything, those last two shots are going to be discorded shots, which might help you finish off a target. Yep. Send me another code.
A lot of the games were like today were either like easy win or easy loss. So this one was a win. But we got like steamrolled at first. So
It's fine.
I think
Just read out the codes. You don't know. That works too.
bingo. He's laying in my lap.
Now entering King's Row. Ready for battle. Ready for battle.
How do I trust a man who is half machine?
Defend objective A.
I'd probably be on Ana here, just because Orion isn't going to be able to be sustained long enough for him to live. Wow, what a ballsy fucking pin. Guys, we got out. Throw your harmony. You're not throwing your harmony out. The more you throw your harmony out, even if they die a second later, you're still getting yourself all charged. No, it wasn't. Not during this time that I'm talking about. When the two of them were in the building alone.
Okay. I shot the Genji's deflect so many times this game.
I see that. You just did it again.
I do it so many times. It's kind of bad. I'm like still.
Oh my! The third
Like,
time. Holy shit!
There's more. I'm still not used to the fucking like cooldown change from months and months ago. I don't know why. Or not the cooldown, the like,
Yeah,
the
the
length.
cancel. No, it was the cancel,
Yeah.
not the length.
Well, they made it longer.
Nope, they kept it the same. They just changed the cancel.
No, it was a while ago.
Nice. Good. Yeah, I was about to say, don't chase that. Just look for the volley. Nice, good kill.
This Mercy pocket. A lot more in the second.
Well, when you're firing a volley, then yeah, she should.
No, but like in the second round, she. Okay, I had two Kings Row games like pretty close together today, and one of them Mercy like stopped pocketing DPS and only pocketed me.
Okay, I don't think trance was needed. the big things that you're wanting to use trance for is grab and blade, and blade just came out last, or maybe 1 or 2 fights ago. So yeah, I get that the nut is all over the floor, but even if I would still save trance here.
Well, I mean,
Heads or tails, it's fine that you did.
usually if I like miss it for a blade or a grab, I try to use it for whatever's right after it so that I can have it for the next blade or grab.
Okay, you let Naeem die when you were still in trance. That shouldn't have happened. You still could have been closer. I know you were trying to get further away, and I know he got melted, but still, stay with him as long as you can, and then back out. And I'm not 100% sure, but it might carry momentum. So like when you pin with Orion and you hold jump at the very end of it, it carries him more. It might be the same way with Zen. I'm not 100% sure, but still, just stay there as long as possible, just to make sure he's good. Second thing is, you honestly, you're just peeking too long. Especially when you're low health. You're a glass cannon. If that turret's that far away and you don't know that the Torb's going to hit you or not. Torb, yes, I understand, is a harder character to hit enemies with compared to, like, Hitscam, but still, you were just peeking that way too long. You could have backed up more.
Overconfidence is a flimsy shield.
And we see that. Whoop, you're fucked. And you did it again.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, I know. I don't give a fuck.
It happened a lot.
Yeah,
I was
I see
also
that.
like raging at myself about that during this game.
I mean, I would hope so. Hey, you stopped shooting him that time. Okay, he's still up. Oh no, he's dead. Never mind. Junk killed him. Junk got him with a trap. Unlucky man. Oh, good volley from there, Zen.
Into the outcome is not preordained.
Enemy turret ahead.
Okay, oh shit.
Ready for
Oh, fuck. I reset it.
Dominance.
Yeah, Genji deflect. Shut up. Yeah, exactly. Shut the fuck up. A little bit more.
The outcome.
Okay, not that far.
The outcome is not preordained.
Okay, so personally, I probably would have egoed the fuck out of this Zen and gone in there, charge up a volley before you do, and then go in there and try to kill him. Like you what? Okay, you did it. Slow. Yeah, trance, bad trance.
Myself.
There are some cases where you using trance just to save yourself is fine. However,
If I die,
you got to think more. If I die here, are we gonna lose the fight? And if you would have died there, you would not have lost the fight. Especially since Blade is coming up in a second. Please don't shoot the deflect. Please don't
Yeah,
shoot.
I actually.
Oh my god! You shot it twice! Nice, good discord on the Zarya.
Actually, here I literally
lag.
said like.
Yeah, never mind. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh yeah, my ping went to 400.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically like shit. That Genji has blade. I'm gonna farm trades as fast as I fucking can.
Oh, you're fucked. Yeah, unlucky. So, positioning wise, at least where the cart is at now, where I want you to start positioning is either you're positioning back here, where the presents are on the ground, or when they're up where our diva is, where I'm pointing at her now, where the mines are, you're going to be positioned here. If they start to rotate, you're here. Or, you know, you just progressively, you're here, you're rotating when they push in, you're rotating when they push in. You keep coming this way. You're rotating, you're here. Just kind of use that more than standing right there, because that's going to discourage Zarya from coming this. Because if she tries to chase all the way out here, she's in no man's land. Compared to what she did, which was relatively safer, even though she died. But you being there is going to protect your life a lot easier for the most part. Ooh! Oh, perfect. Thank you, Ryan. Trans! Oh, that's alright, that's alright. It's a little late, but... Yeah, I probably would have used it there too as soon as I got it. Discord, where's the fucking Discord? I mean, for the most part, you have decent tracking. A little bit flaily with some of your shots, but...
It's when I panic.
Nice. Oh my word. See what I mean? Just spamming down chokes like that constantly is gonna pay off so many times.
That's where I was like, I need to get super fast, and I think that's why the Mercy started. I said it. She was really nice too.
Nice, good shots. Shoot the deflecting Genji again. Yep, he doesn't do anything. Good. Very nice. Yeah, I think your chances were a little bit better here than they were on Volskaya, but...
That one was like a week ago. Well, not like
Probably,
a week, couple,
but...
like 4 days maybe. I don't know. I have definitely been playing mostly Zen. I already told you. My aim on Zen.
Yes, it is. I definitely see that. I'd say it's kind of half and half. It's either you're in the right position or you're playing too passive. Where your position now is fine. Just make sure you're charging up those volleys and slinging them down mid. Yep, what you're doing right now is perfect. Good. Yeah, you're farming this right now. Again, keep harmony on your Rhine.
I remember here they were like, heals aren't good enough.
I mean, they really aren't, but...
Like, I'm doing so good though.
Right.
Like,
I think I've played against resets before. He's not bad. He ain't great. Okay, you're peeking when you're charging up your volley like that. You want to jiggle peek, not just launch it down and then continue firing. If that Hanzo had locked onto you or was just spamming that, you would have been dead.
Heroes never die.
Yeah, okay, so when names walled like that and you eventually break it. Oh, yeah, it is actually. Never mind. Never mind. Forget what I said. I was gonna say something about Discord, but you already had it on him. Glad you didn't trance. Oh, that Zen just egoed the fuck out of you. All right.
yeah, he literally. I was like, why the fuck did this Zen dive here? Like, he literally just zoomed up.
Dying on point. Get all charge.
Destiny has drawn me to the objective.
Огонь по готовности.
Why would the Mercy fly into it? What the fuck? Yeah, I don't think you needed to trance that. They just kind of wasted grab. Do you hear those bells?
Yeah, that was.
Do you hear the bells?
Yeah, it's on the Christmas map.
Yeah, I know that. I just didn't figure it would do it when it was paused. Huh. Yeah, so if you know you're gonna cap the point even if they grab, that's fine. They're just wasting it all. Don't eat fire strikes. The Mercy definitely doesn't know that. I would probably trance here, yeah. Okay, so I would have tranced here because Naeem's low. They just use Grav. Yes, they have Blizzard, but I think with Azaria, Blizzard's at least a tiny bit easier to navigate, a little bit better, especially since we have Valk. And you would have been able to either the Rhine wouldn't have shattered or Naeem wouldn't have died. And
Don't think I should save it for Blizzard.
Yes, in the perfect world, but if you're just trying to win the fight here, then I think trancing for Naeem would have been fine. Yeah, you have trance, so let the Mercy heal. Tanks, you set on cart. But the fact that you won that fight without using transfer name is fine. Even better. Good, I like positioning. You're getting a little too aggressive, but it's fine. Bruh! They just burnt through his ass through Discord. Trance. That's fucking crazy. Okay, as you're backing up, make sure you're charging a volley. People are gonna be less likely to chase you like that if you have a volley up. I would not have peeked out as far as you did. Against that Zarya, at least. He is shattered. Oh my word. Yep, you're dead. Yep. I'm surprised that you guys win this. They're kind of rolling you.
Go Overconfidence is a flimsy shield.
And, you know, there's a Rhine diff at the moment. It's not favoring Naeem.
I don't know. I thought the room was kind of bad.
He's not good, but Naeem's not playing good either.
He has his moments, but
He's no Tusk, that's for sure.
Heroes never die.
Into the iris.
Ha! Force trance out of him real fast. Don't shoot at Zarya, Bubbles. No, okay, that's fine, that's fine. They use Blizzard, they're kind of throwing. Good. I mean, I don't think Naeem has blocked one shatter yet. Okay, so this sight line that's straight down where Sunless is right now, you should be charging up a shot and pushing payload back and forth. Even if you get off cart for a second to throw a volley down, that's fine. But you could be charging. You just need to make sure you're doing as much as you can with any character throughout the entire game. In this instance, it would be shooting the volleys down that. Yeah, what you're doing now, but. Yeah, you're looking to get the fuck out. You're fucked.
60 seconds.
And I don't mean to be mean, but if Naeem blocks one of these shatters, this game might have been much easier. Or hits a shatter for that matter. Peeking this way too much. Peeking. When I say peeking way too much, I mean peeking for way too long. Not too much, because I think you're doing it fine. Way big shatter.
Into the iris.
Are you sure you win this game?
yes.
Shocking. Oh, big grab. Very shocking because you really shouldn't. I mean, yeah, I'd say you really shouldn't. They have Blizzard, Grav, and Blade, and we have Trance and Tire. They rushed that. They just slow it down a little bit. Probably would have won. Or they probably would have won. Oh, they didn't full cap. I thought they did. Oh. Oh, that's why. Okay. So yeah, looking at that game, your positioning looked better.
I also think I'm better at positioning on payload maps.
Sure. Then you just gotta work on your 2CP or
I mean,
guess
that's
hybrid.
Like, literally everyone.
Yeah.
Ow.
I mean, you're doing the right thing with Discord. You're just throwing it on main tank for the most part, and then yeah, Harmony was fine. Your chances were better in that, but it's kind of a mind game with Trance, especially with the comp that they had. You have to save Trance for 4 of their alts, and most likely those alts will not stack. 2 of them maybe, but So you're basically playing for. At that point, when there's so many
Hear
alts
her?
no, I don't. At that point, you need to be playing for like with since they had Blizzard, Grab, Shatter, and Blade. You just kind of have to take each fight when you have fight by fight, and just kind of ask yourself if I don't pop trance here, and I know this is like a millisecond that you need to decide this, but if you don't pop trance here, are we? Sorry, if I pop trance here, are we gonna win the fight? Basically, compared to um, uh, just saving it specifically for alts. I mean, because at the end of the day, what you want to happen is, A plus B happens. They grab, we trans, and then next fight they shatter, we valk. That kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's not how the game works at all. So you just want to make sure that you're constantly double checking, like, hey, do I need to? Are we gonna win the fight if we trans? You know. Your aim is definitely getting better on Zen, though. It looks pretty good. Yeah, I think that was a good map. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
I'm falling asleep, so I'm going to bed.
Okay.
Bye.
That's it.